welcome to the live stream for my new single. I can imagine there's probably nobody watching right now because it takes a little while to get going. So maybe I'll just play a little bit and please free to leave a comment and say hi. Hello, there's some people joining. Do please leave a comment, say hi so I can see if you're there. But I thought I might just say a little bit about the tune and the single and what's going on. So I really needed something to motivate me during lockdown. And so I think it was the start of January I started writing new tunes and really got into this idea of how can I make a piece of music that makes sense with only two instruments. So it really felt like a proper dialogue, if you will. So I started writing this tune based on the Duke Ellington classic Prelude to a Kiss. If you don't know that song, it's definitely worth going and checking out. But I wanted to write something that had a very different feel in terms of the melody, and ended up coming up with the tune that I will be playing to you in a little bit. It is a bit of a task to write something that really makes sense with just bass and trumpet, but it's something that I really wanted to explore, and hopefully you'll all enjoy it. There's a great question in from Sam Chaplin. Hello, Sam. It is not that new. I think I had it since about 2017. If you are interested, it is an Adams A4 trumpet, and yes, you're right, it is beautiful, isn't it? I do like it. And that is in fact the horn that you will see in the video. So I think I will not hang around any longer, and here we go. So here comes the single. It features a fantastic double bass player, Connor Chaplin, who is not on Facebook as far as I know, and also not around to join us this evening, but he does send his regards. And so he is the bass player on this track, and here we go. So there we have it, Precursor to a Coup, and it's on. It's live and it's available now from www.freddiegavita.com. If you click on the shop link, that will take you through to my Bandcamp page, and where you could buy it or stream it if you wish. So a little bit more about the. Oh, thanks, Sam. Sam says that the track is awesome. How cool is that? Glad you enjoyed it. So I told you earlier that I started writing the tune in January, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about the process, because obviously with COVID and restrictions, things are not as easy in terms of recording and producing music. And I really wanted to figure out a few things myself. So what we did was I recorded the trumpet part on its own without anything else. So just a metronome, and I sent it off to Connor, and he recorded his part playing along to that, and then sent that back to me, and I recorded my part again once I had some bass to play with. So there was a little bit of backwards and forwards with it to try and get a bit more of a live feel, as obviously we couldn't be in the same room. So it was tough and kind of different to having that energy, but I think I like the way it sounds, and I'm pretty happy with it. And it was also good for me to work on some of the more technical sides of things, such as mixing and using the Logic program to work on getting it sounding like we were playing in the same room, and hopefully we got some of that across. So as I said, you can head over to Bandcamp and get hold of the single. I think it's £1, and then there's also the full album that you can buy in advance, basically. So I'm going to be making another 7 tracks with other bass players, and they will all be released one by one as they are ready. So you could basically get the whole thing now, and when the track comes out you will be notified and you can download it then. So the album is called Freddie Gavita Meets the Bass Players. I started to think that maybe I should have called it Freddie Gavita Meets Some Bass Players, because there are obviously lots of wonderful musicians out there that I love playing with, but yeah, so obviously can't play with everybody. So Connor was first on the list because I think he was actually the last live human bass player that I played with before we recorded this, so he kind of sprung straight to mind. And I'm very pleased to announce that the next 2 singles will feature 2 fantastic electric bass players. We'll have Ruth Goller, who's unbelievable, and also the very funky Steve Pearce. So some more tunes to look forward to, and obviously I will be in touch when those are out. Also, if you are interested in the production side of things and how we get from zero to a track that you just heard and witnessed on the video, I do have a Patreon site that you can sign up for, where I will kind of be documenting the process and showing how you go from that writing stage all the way through to the recording, mixing, all those little decisions. So if that's something that you'd like to follow along with me, then do head over to www.patreon.com/Freddie Gavita, and you can sign up there. I believe there's also a possibility of album download codes. So if you subscribe to Patreon, you get 50% off everything that I own on Bandcamp. So this current track, plus obviously the rest of the album and my previous album Transient, are all available there. And you could get 50% off by signing up to Patreon and being a part of that. So thank you ever so much for joining. Obviously, if you have any questions or comments, do leave them and I will do my best to answer them. Otherwise, great. Head over to Bandcamp. Please share things. And of course, the video that I just played will be available on YouTube very soon, and I'll upload it to Facebook as well if you want to listen to it there too. So thanks so much for joining me, and I really hope that I get to see you soon in the flesh and play some music to, for, or with you. And take it easy. Have a great Friday evening. Hi, David. Great stuff. Oh, that's very kind. Thank you so much. I'm glad you liked it. So do enjoy the rest of your evening. For those of you looking forward to the Marvel track that's out, the Marvel show that's going to be out this evening, I can't wait. It's Tacos and Disney Plus for me this evening. Looking forward to that. So anyway, I'll stop rambling and I'll let you get on with your lives. But thank you once again for joining me. And do spread the word for me, because I would very much appreciate it. Love you lots, and hopefully